This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories, and welcome to my review of Batman Brave and the Bold. And yeah, it's just one of my favorite Batman shows. I'm gonna have a lot of fun talking about this, since, well, this and Clone Wars were my favorite shows growing up. I'm really looking forward to doing this review, and yeah, this was just basically, kind of my Batman the Animated Series, all this when I was growing up, because I really wasn't able to watch Batman the Animated Series because it was hard to, well, find on, and I just loved watching the show. So let's just go into it. And just to start off, it's just such a fun series we have. Crossovers with different heroes. You have Blue Beetle, Plastic Man, Aquaman, the Green Lanterns, the primary one being Guy Gardner, Green Arrow. Those are mainly the big ones, but there are others. You do have characters like the Atom, Etrigan, you have the JSA, Black Canary, and so many more. And it was all very interesting. And the villains also were really great, and they were very well done. Of course, you have greats like Joker, but there are other ones like Grodd, and so many more that are just done really well. They also have kind of big events set up by other episodes, including the villain Equinox, who was the one really of season 1, and that was a very crazy one, where it was ultimately they created an ultimate superhero combined with Batman to try and take down Equinox, but Batman only had to use logic at the end to beat him. And just looking at season 1, besides that one, there are just so many great ones. We have a nice startup with Blue Beetle, and then we have one with Red Tornado, which is another fun, which is a Christmas special. As in between Green Arrow and Batman. There's the introduction of the Outsiders, which I think was pretty interesting. One with Deadman, and another one with both Blue Beetles being in it, both Ted Kord and Jaime Reyes, as it shows what happened to Ted and how he died. There's also one with the Green Lanterns with Guy Gardner, Sinestro, and another guy who was kind of like an idiot. He was one of those dumb characters that, messes up all the time. Kind of like, Jar Jar Binks. Looking at other ones, there's also a really cool one where we have a crossover with what is basically the Injustice, and the Justice League gets the Crime Syndicate, where Batman goes against first, well, Owlman, and then he has to take down all of the evil counterparts, but returns and is framed and has to team up with Joker. And I think that was a great first way to have Joker appear in the show, have him be forced to work with Batman. And there's also some interesting ones. There's one where attempted revenge is going on with Robin, with the villain Crazy Quilt. And then yeah, also one with Batmite being introduced. It was really unique. And then, well, of course, there's the one with Equinox, which I already mentioned. An interesting musical one with the Music Meister. And then an okay season finale where the Outsiders are taken captive by Psycho Pirate. go into season 2. There's a fun start up with a death race caused by Mongol. And there's a personal favorite one as a kid, which was Long Garment's Law, which is a Plastic Man centric episode. I actually liked that one as a kid, and it still holds up now. There's another okay one where Aquaman goes and has a family vacation. And then a really great one with the JSA. Yeah, I just really enjoyed this show. Another fun one is when the sidekicks team up and Robin becomes Nightwing officially. There's a pretty good one with the Zur-En-Arrh Batman, and also when Firestorm comes in. Pretty decent Shazam one. And then, well, the self-proclaimed darkest episode by Batmite himself, Chill of the Night. And that is an episode where Batman finally confronts his parents' killer. Yeah, that one known as Crazy. And they have their big event for season which they led up to, which was the Siege of Starro. And that one was a crazy intense one, which I really enjoyed. I have a really cool Flash based one where all three Flashes, at least at the time, I'm not sure if Impulse was created yet, but we have Jay Garrick, Wally West, and Barry Allen are all there, and they're trying to save Barry from Reverse Flash. There's a very tragic one with the Last Patrol, and that's, well, a Doom Patrol episode where it eventually ends up with the Doom Patrol all dying and them being honored as heroes with the island based off them. I think that one was so interesting because, well, they actually killed off a bunch of characters when they tried to make it look like they could win. And then there's an interesting one, which I'm pretty sure became a banned episode, at least, to be airing on TV, which was The Mask of Matches Malone because of a kind of dirty joke they made. And that's where Batman gets amnesia and thinks he's a criminal. And then a great one adapted from the comics is Emperor Joker. And yeah, that's a crazy one where he gets Batmate's powers, or I believe it was Mitzi Petalix's powers in the comics. So it was really well done, and Batman was always just such a fun character on this. And then there's a crazy, patriotic one where Plastic Man teams up with the Freedom Fighters. Another personal favorite of mine, The Knights of Tomorrow, which is kind of like a fan fiction written by Alfred about what would happen to Bruce once he, eventually defeats the Joker and retires. And then one that was only partially set up, but it was a Darkseid one where Batman and the new Justice League try to take down Darkseid. They nearly failed, but they are saved by the Question. And then a really crazy one is Batman Strange Cases, where we have the adventures of Batboy and Rubin, and Japanese Batman, and then a Batman Scooby Doo crossover. Those were all fun episodes, and I really like the Scooby Doo Batman one because it's just so random, and for some reason Weird Al is in it. And then finally, there's a nice Shazam episode at the end. And finally, looking at season 3, we also have an awesome one with Batman battling Superman and Battle of Superheroes with the Red Kryptonite and everything. A fun one where we get the Joker, the Violent Villainous, which is a reversal of the show of Joker teaming up with a bunch of villains to try and take down Batman. And there's a Vampire Batman one, which is a fun one. And then after that, I think the next interesting one is having Hal Jordan come in as Green Lantern, since that's really been focusing on Guy Gardner. And there's an interesting one that was kind of a waste of an episode, although it could have been really good, but it's mainly because the show was canceled, which one that reintroduced Equinox and said his mind was scattered into like I think 12 fragments. But before they could do anything else, the show was finished. And have one where it's the Kennedy has to go up against their greatest villains who have swapped out. And that's another personal favorite. I just love that episode. It was really good. And then the last one that's really, one of note is the finale, which of all series finales I've ever seen, this is the most unique one. This is Mightfall, which is Batmite trying to sabotage the show so it could get canceled and we could get a darker interpretation of Batman. And I think that's just, the most unique ending to a show since they're actually trying to, say they're trying to get the show canceled, even though it is. And knowing it's a series finale, it's pretty dark because we know that Batmite ultimately wins, but it still has a nice ending. And yeah, Batman the Brave and the Bold is such a fun show. It's mainly, pushed towards the more corny age of Batman, but still, I really enjoy watching it. And yeah, it's just such a fun show. I loved it as a kid, and I still love it now. I want to know what you think of this, and yeah, let me know in the comments. And also let me know if you want me to do a review of the Batman crossover with Scooby-Doo for this show. Let me know, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.